welcome everybody to The Real Podcast.
The Real.
With me, yes, it's my name is Cav.
I'm Nick. Pleasure to meet you.
This is episode 1 of talking about movies, films, anything to do with cinema.
And we'll be diving also into some TV shows too. Everything that's been going on crazily, all the hype that's been going on, because TV shows are becoming movies now. So it's a completely new ball game, and we're gonna dive into that as well.
Dude, the budget for TV shows has matched movies now, and that's how you know it's like the game is it's incredible.
Plus all the big time directors, you got big time A-list actors going on these shows now. They're pretty much movies now.
Yeah, they are. You can't knock them now.
No.
Don't make them like they. You know what? It's a good thing they don't make them like they used to. I still love my old shows, but the new ones.
Yeah, we don't really have any Friends type anymore. That kind of sitcom. We don't, or Seinfeld as much like that. Those kind of days are over. Now they're kind of making more cinematography style is really in depth.
Yeah, big budgets.
Yeah,
big budgets.
New locations. It's too much, but I love it. It's also really good.
Fantastic. Right, so we're gonna get onto something that's been popular right now. It's at the movies, or as UK people say, at the cinema, and that is the movie Sinners.
Yes,
Ooh, Sinners.
Okay.
Oh man. All right, you go first. First because.
All right. Okay. I think this is a movie for myself as a big time vampire fan. It's this is what we've been waiting for so long.
Yep.
Thank God for Ryan Coogler. Thank God for Michael B. Jordan. This is exactly what we wanted. It's completely different. I mean, we still have still the vampire lore there. We still have vampires still getting killed from sunlight, the silver bullets and everything those tropes are still there. The only thing that I didn't feel was normal in a lot of very popular vampire films is this whole thing of having to ask to be I need to be invited into your home so I can kill you.
Okay, so it's been a thing. It's been a thing.
But I don't remember
it's always been a thing.
Being in any big time vampire films. So that was kind of a refresher for a little while for me, and that was fun to play with. It was jokes. Those scenes were hilarious. I love that part where Michael B. Jordan puts his hand out and then it's ripped off.
Yeah, he goes, I'm gonna bite you.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It was a bit much, but
it was bad.
Honestly, great film. I don't really think there was I don't think it's a perfect film, but I think it was extremely well done. For me, film ratings are very difficult to do, but I gave it an 8 out of 10. It's still a fantastically well done movie. It's just there is a couple of little things I didn't really like, especially with maybe some of the character choices, especially that old lady there. She's the one that owns the shop, and then her husband runs out, and then she's wanting to go back to him, and then she thinks about her daughter, and then she kind of screws up the whole gang. Is you come on in, and I was this.
I mean, there's always gonna be one person that's set the ball rolling, right? Otherwise,
true.
It's gonna be, we're not gonna let you in, and we're just gonna have the whole movie inside. We're outside.
That is true. There was one.
Watch us do our Irish jig from inside.
Yo, I love the Irish jig. That was awesome. That was,
it was
so
dope.
funny. I don't think I've ever
seen
that in a film in a long time with dancing and the devil kind of thing. That was a lot of fun to see.
It's great because it brought another piece of culture to another that was already a very well cultured movie, right?
Yes.
And it's great to bring two sides of culture, because Irish culture is I'm gonna say it's very Caucasian culture, right? And the two cultures, Ryan Coogler is very known for bringing pro African American black culture into his movies, which is amazing, right? And so him to bring other cultures into it and blend everything together, masterpiece.
That is a very good point. Yeah, I actually do like that take on that. I think that was something very interesting, and I think everybody that's seen that film in that part where in the speakeasy or whatever I guess you can call it, their little club there, and when it changes over
Yeah.
generations,
Oh,
what we got to see, that was, I don't think we've ever seen
bro,
that in any film
bro.
before. Like, I think
Chef's kiss.
everybody
Chef's
in the movie
kiss.
theater was a little child seeing that. Like, it was incredible, such an insane feeling to bring music back into film, but do something very special with it. It was very
Yeah.
original. That's what I really like about this film, that it wasn't taking from anything else. It was its own idea, and I think that's very hard
Mm.
to find, especially in newer films.
Yeah.
We've been
Yeah. And
seeing
it brought
so
like
many of the same things kind of just being redone. So,
it mixed like the old blues that they had
yes.
into like the new generation. And you know what's funny? I just popped into my head now. The only movie I thought that did that kind of thing really well was Gatsby, where it brought like the old like
Yeah,
1960 no sorry 1920s swing what music and brought it into like a new generation where they had the beats, and the whole album for the Great Gatsby was amazing. Like had lots of
that is a good point. But I also do remember them like adding, like, I think it was like Jay-Z and Kanye on it too. So like they brought
yeah,
like this
yeah.
new hip hop to it. But I totally understand like that old timey feel. It's still crazy that most of that movie was just filmed on a green screen. Like, I still can't believe
Yeah,
how it
it
was
was
done,
very.
but it was really cool. Like, for 20, what was it, 2013 that movie came out, or 2014 there.
I believe so. I believe so.
Gatsby, yeah, 2013. It was a lot of fun. We haven't really had anything like that. So it's been like 12 years, I guess. Now, like 2025, it's Sinners. It's back.
Yeah, Sinners was a masterpiece for me because I've always loved vampire movies.
Mm.
I don't know if you ever watched the vampire series, Dracula series. The BBC did. It was a
No,
three part.
I still want to see it. I only watched a little bit of
Um,
the first episode. I want to
it was
finish
a
it.
three part episode, and it was, for me it was magnificent because the way they split each episode into something different. So the first episode was you finding out who the fuck Dracula is. The second episode is like they're on the Demeter, right, on the way
Mm.
to England. It's great. It's all set on the boat, but it's very different to what other movies we've seen, like Voyage of the Demeter, right? It's
Oh
very
yes,
different
that
to
was great.
that Demeter than it is the series. And then the third episode is like set in our times, like the modern times, how Dracula is like. It blends everything together. It's just,
Mm.
if you get a chance, I know you love vampire and Dracula stuff.
Yes.
Definitely watch that.
Okay.
Like I said, it'll be about 3 hours long. I think it's an hour at each episode,
Yeah,
or
I
maybe
think it.
longer.
Yeah, I think it's like an hour and a bit every episode. Yeah, I think it's just over three
Yeah,
hours to 4 hour show. But
and then
everybody
obviously,
that's seen it, yeah, keeps telling me to watch it. I'm like, okay, I'll check it
and
out.
obviously, like the most recent Dracula we watched was,
Mm.
you know, Count Orlok himself.
Count Olok,
Count, you must
Nosferatu,
bounce on it.
bounce
You
on the
must
crazy
bounce
style.
crazy.
I
Dude,
don't
I
know if
still can't
everybody
believe it.
saw that part. Like, I feel like that's been
You know
like
what?
we've
I
only
remember
really picked
watch.
that up.
I watched that in the cinema, right? And I literally turned to my friend and was like, "Did you just?" In my mind, I'm like, "Everyone must have heard that. Everyone must have heard that." Because I'm thinking, those times, that's something we say now in 2020, in the 2020s, yeah?
Yeah,
Crazy style. Yeah, she did it crazy style. I did it crazy
crazy
style, right?
style.
But for Count Orlok, 500 plus years to say crazy style, like, you don't hear it. You just don't fucking hear it. That really cut the tension a little bit for me there, but it came straight back into it. That's what I loved about the movie. It was very like, I loved the flow of the movie. It was up and down, but it flowed very nicely. As another Dracula
Yeah,
movie, yeah.
I have to agree. I loved Nosferatu. I thought that was the true film that I've ever been actually terrified. Like, it wasn't a
Mm-mm-mm.
jump scare kind of movie, it was just the eeriness. It just
Yeah,
felt so evil, man. Like, like that's how I felt in the movie theater. Like, I was like, really holding on. Like, I was like, this is
yeah,
terrifying. And the guy I went to go see it with, we were both the same way. Like, even when we left, we were like just quiet. because we were just like, that was terrifying movie.
Okay, so I went to, you'll love this because obviously like I'm in England and I went to go watch it in Nottingham, right? And Nottingham's a very old city, it's Robin Hood city, so it's still got castles and it's got a big fucking castle right in the middle of the city, right? It's you know it's a fucking creepy city, and the way we parked our car was like so far away, and I was like, okay, we'll watch the movie, blah blah blah. Came outside the cinema, walking back to the car, walking through the city. I was like, this is fucking eerie, and I looked at him and I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, we gotta get to the car now. Like, I wasn't like scared, but it was kind of like, this is very creepy, you know. Going back because we have to walk around alleyways.
He's going
and
to
shit.
come and bounce on the crazy style. Okay, we also have to talk about the main lead, Lily Rose Depp in it. I think she did a great performance, but there was some parts where it was extremely comedic. I don't know if it was on purpose, but those scenes were too much. I felt like,
you talking about when she's getting done crazy style.
She's getting done crazy style by herself, and especially the scene with Aaron Taylor Johnson and his wife in the film, and they're on the beach there, and they're talking, and all you hear is ah! And you're like, what's going on?
What's going on?
And then it pans out, and she's like going crazy on the beach, and I was like, what? I burst out laughing, man. I was the only one laughing, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm sick or something. But that scene was so funny. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in a movie. So it was different, but they kept adding to it. And okay, it's like, okay, now we understand what's really going on. Orlok is possessing her crazy style.
Yeah. But it's almost like it's like the exorcism, like any exorcism movie you see, they're gonna convulse, they're gonna go crazy.
It's like, is she having a seizure? Like, what's going on?
It's gonna be the same thing, and it's like, I guess different movies show that differently. Sinners, for example, like they didn't really have the whole, and I loved how they didn't have the whole neck in the thing. It was like a bite somewhere.
That was great. It didn't matter where you're being bit.
Which led them to believe less that they were vampires and more like, oh, you're my friend. It's very smart, very smart.
They're just like crazy or something. I don't know why you're biting me.
Yeah. And the only thing I could somewhat relate to that, the Lily Rose Depp thing was like, what do you call it? Haley Stanfield's character, like the way she was drooling. She was drooling.
Yeah, drooling
that was very.
That was new. That was
very. You know what? It was very. She looked very monstrous. Like it was like like vampires are. They're monstrous creatures. They're one of the monsters, right? And that for me.
Yes, I like that. That is a very good point. They made them more like creature style, more like in the Blade kind of trilogy, the Underworld. Not trilogy. I think there's like 4 or 5 of those movies. But yeah, that was nice to have back. What I did also like, which was a little bit different, was the arc of the changing of characters when they're normal and then they become a vampire. It's a huge change. Like they're all lovey-dovey, they're happy, they're like full of bliss, and that kind of reminded me from the show. Oh man, I'm kind of forgetting it right now. It's a great Midnight Mass. I don't know if you checked that show.
Oh, it's so good.
Yes,
that was one of my
great show.
And
that kind of gave me a little bit from there, maybe a little inspiration. I don't know if it really is or not.
Well,
but
sorry, spoiler alert.
Kind of
to anyone who hasn't seen Midnight Mass, there is a giant vampire in that movie. Pretty much. It's just like.
You kind of find out in the first couple episodes, but we're not really sure if it's a total vampire or not. But as vampire fans,
that was one of one of my favorite looking vampires I've seen on screen. It was very. It had presence.
Yes, it kind of gave the Voyage of Demeter kind of similar look. Like it was very gruesome, dark look, very like methodic, like mythical kind of style of what a vampire or like Dracula would look like. So I think that was something new and fun in Sinners, having this different like bliss moment of having the characters like all lovey-dovey. Oh, why didn't you just let me on in? 100%. Or you can come out over here. We're having such a great time. Why don't you join us?
Yeah, look, we're all singing. We're all singing it, singing it. Yeah, singing and dancing. Tora Lora 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 Lora. That's an old Irish song, that is.
You know who was a big who I really liked in the film, which is obviously our antagonist that plays in it. His name's Jack O'Connell, the guy that plays the Irish
Okay,
vampire
so
there.
here's a fun fact for you. Jack O'Connell, right, was in a show called Skins here in the UK, and I
Okay.
remember watching. It's a teenage show. Like when I was a teenager, that was like a big show here, and a lot of people like who you see now, like Nicholas Hoult, he was in that show. He was the main actor in that show, and then you had Jack. You had people like I want to say Dev Patel. Yeah, Dev Patel.
Yes, yes. I'm
Monkey
just looking
Man.
at it right now.
He was in Skins. A lot of
Yep.
people in Skins have really like they've gone somewhere in life.
Wow. Even Kaya. I don't want to butcher her last name.
She did Pirates
Scodelario.
of the Caribbean. I'm sure she did.
Ilario. Man. Yeah, she was in Pirates of the Caribbean there. Maze
Yeah.
Runner. She did. What did I see her in? Okay, a few. It was like a few more than a few years ago
so the
now.
main
But
cast of all that.
Crawl. She was in that. Yeah. She's. Recently. What am I saying? The Gentleman. She was in Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman.
Yep.
So
Yep,
like
the main.
everybody pretty much in that show has gone up.
Because
real well.
when I see these actors and actresses now, and I'm just like, oh my god, I used to watch these like as a normal TV show, like
Yeah.
and it's just like, whoa, like you could how acting has really propelled them into these amazing roles, like Nick Holt. Wow, fucking he was incredible in that movie as well.
Yes. He was fantastic in Nosferatu there. He did such a great job. I'm a really big fan of his too.
Yeah.
He's been in a few kind of like he did a Renfield a year or two ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As well. So
Yeah.
he's been in the vampire world recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jack O'Connell, man, this guy is something else. Like I remember seeing him the first time in Unbroken. So that was the Angelina Jolie movie, and I saw him in that, and I was like, "Yo, who is this guy? He's incredible." He plays Louis Semperini in it. That's such a well done film based on a true story in World War II. There about the Japanese taking in prisoners of war, and these American soldiers are doing labor work the whole time, but it's not even like labor; they're just being tortured pretty much. And his performance in that is really captivating. And then he did some other films around the same time, 71 and Startup. Those two films I think really broke him out there.
Startup.
And then Startup. That is such a well done movie. He gets play. He's kind of like this criminal a bit in it, and then he gets into jail, and then he finds out his dad's actually in the same jail too, and he tries to get rehabilitated and all that. So he's 19, the kid he plays. It's such a great movie. And then there's 71, which is honestly feels like a horror movie. Like it's more of like a realistic feeling of a horror movie. It's set in 1971. It's about a young British soldier he's accidentally abandoned by his unit, and they're following a riot in Belfast. So he gets separated, and this whole riot is trying to kill him. So he's just running around trying to get back to his unit there. But it's like it is genuinely terrifying. It is such a well done movie. So getting to see him again, like I haven't seen him
in a different light.
I haven't seen him in a while. So getting to see him in Sinners, different light was
100%.
really something else. I really enjoyed his performance, and I only think this is going to take him off even more. You could even say the same thing
he was really
from
good.
our I guess coach.
Yeah, he was really good.
Such a well done job.
Really
I really liked him in the movie, and I've never seen that guy before.
Yeah,
actually, I think this is his first credit. Yeah.
What a first credit indeed! Now. What an amazing first credit!
Getting a Ryan Coogler movie, working with Michael B. Jordan.
That's.
And his voice, man, he's got this such a distinct voice.
Yeah.
Very deep kind of voice, but it's so good. For the blues, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I bet he's gonna be playing some biopic coming up in the next few years.
Oh, 100%
he'll do
play
just
that.
because of this performance.
I reckon it'd be great as a cop as well. You know, like a cop movie.
Yeah. I mean, he's young, so I think,
there's a lot of prospects, for this kid.
Yeah, it's actually nice to see this for once because like we haven't. Yeah, he's 21, so
okay.
he's pretty young.
He's ready to take Hollywood.
It's a good thing. Yeah, but here's the other thing. It's not like we're getting a bunch of A-list actors in every single movie, right? It's nice to finally see in a big production film an upcoming actor, an actor that no one's even heard of. This is his first credit.
Well, to give someone a chance
in a big, like in a Hollywood film.
Yeah,
exactly. This is what we want as actors, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really great to finally see that, and also see him break out and do such a great job. I got high hopes for him. I think he's going to be a serious actor one day. But give him five years, and I think he's going to be up there.
I hope he's in something else. I'd like to see him in another horror movie, to be honest, as well.
Yeah, I like the era, even too, but I would love to see him something new too, something different, maybe not period, but honestly anything, just even a TV show. If we get some sort of TV show too, put him on there.
TV show. Oh yeah, mind you, we're talking about how like TV's got a high budget now, so I'm guessing it'll be better off to have a high budget TV show to really showcase and work the skill. I enjoyed it. So Sinners.
I did
Sinners
too.
was it's an 8 from you, and I'm
you didn't even give.
For me, it was a solid 9.5. Because I love vampire movies. I'm a vampire guy, and if I could be a vampire, I probably would be. Sometimes I feel like I'm a vampire.
If Haley Steinfeld could do that to me too, I would love it.
Yeah.
I can't. Come on.
I mean, yeah, gorgeous vampire. To be fair, most vampires are pretty good looking.
You can go crazy style.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's such a good point. In almost every vampire film, they're always good looking. Like, look at the Twilight series. Look at Underworld. Look at Lost Boys. Like, there is so many. Like the only
you had like Brad Pitt and
is Nosferatu.
Brad Pitt
Tom Cruise interview with the vampire. Like, they don't look ugly. I think maybe the only one where they don't really look ugly, but it's what we do in the shadows. Like, they have this like very like Victorian kind of style. Yeah. Like, it's hilarious. Yeah. They're not super good looking, but they're handsome looking guys. It's just, that's a completely different style of vampires, and I love it.
But both the movie and the TV show for that was brilliant.
Yes, the TV show is fantastic. I think the TV show is better.
Yeah.
But the movie was really well. It kind of like set up the TV show, so I think it was really well done.
Yeah. Sinners. Yep, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I would watch it again. When it comes out. I'm gutted I didn't get to see it twice. I will maybe try and see it before it exits the cinema again. The only thing I regret is not watching it in IMAX. That's the only thing. I'm just everyone's like, IMAX is gonna be great. I'm like, yes, I know IMAX is great, and I should have.
It was.
But overall, it's such a good.
It was a different kind of.
It's such a good movie. I'm just happy to have watched it at all. To be honest, it was just great movie like that. It's very rare movies. I'm like, no, this is it's not.
Yes, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it.
Yes, it's...
Stop what you're doing. Forget the Minecraft movie. Forget everything that's going on. Forget Thunderbolts. Yeah. Just go and see Sinners.
It's a definite...
There is a reason why everybody is praising.
And to be fair, I feel like we should take a little soundbite out of this and use it as maybe some clickbait and say, yeah, Sinners was shit. Don't watch it. Like, honestly, it was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And that will be the name of this episode. Sinners was shit.
Yeah. Don't watch it. Sorry. We're just rambling on for the last 20-30 minutes there. Yeah. I don't know why.
The ultimate clickbait.
We're not giving you any good point.
The ultimate clickbait ultimate.
Everyone's like, it was shit? Oh my god, what did they say about it? We're just praising it the whole time. No,
No, but
it's a
like I said,
fantastic film.
it's going to be a great clickbait because everyone's praising it. So if you see someone saying, "Oh no, what the hell are these two talking about?" They don't know. Click on it, and then they'll find out that we loved the movie. We absolutely loved it. I'm giving
Yeah.
Sinners all the fucking flowers because they deserve it. They deserve all the fucking
Oh,
flowers.
they deserve it. I literally stood up and was like you don't clap in movies
No, you
often.
don't.
There's not a lot of movies you
No.
clap in, so that
I
definitely
remember.
deserves all
Didn't you
its
clap at the
praise.
end of
Fantastic
Trap as
job.
well? I'm pretty sure you clapped at the end of that movie.
I clapped in disrespect. It wasn't.
Ladies and gents,
It
if you're
wasn't
listening, we went
because
to
I
watch Trap, and
enjoyed
I've
it.
never seen Nick so angry in my life after a movie. He was so pissed.
Okay. It wasn't even that I was just mad. I felt so disrespected. You know, like as an audience member, I don't want to feel like I'm an idiot. Okay? So M. Night Shyamalan, fantastic director. He's done some serious great films. If you're not familiar with him, you know, you want to go check out Signs, you want to go check out
Which I
Sixth
watched
Sense,
recently,
you
both of
want to
them.
check out some of his recent well, I just actually watched Signs again.
Brilliant movie.
And Sixth
Yep.
Sense. You know, you want to check out as well, like Knock at the
Oh, brilliant.
Cabin. That's
Yep.
another great
That's a
one of
very recent
his.
one of his.
Do not watch Last Airbender. I'm telling you, you will want to
I
literally
had
peel
no
your eyes
idea he
out.
made that.
And then he did Old.
I liked Old.
Old
I
was
really
another
liked
great film
Old.
that he did.
It was
I
unexpected.
loved the idea. It was a really fun movie. But do not watch Trap. If you want to feel trapped, you watch Trap.
Yep.
You know, it's worse than Trash. You know, I feel it's disrespectful to compare a movie to Trash because Trash is probably better than this fucking movie. Trap is one of the worst films I've
Really
ever
bad.
seen. It was only saved by Josh Hartnett's
Yeah,
performance.
I totally agree. Totally fucking agree.
If he wasn't in that movie, I would have never liked it. Here's the other thing, though. Why do you make a movie just to promote your daughter's music career? That's what half the
Is she
movie
actually?
was. We
Hold
sit
on.
in the first
Is she actually
hour of the
a
fucking
famous
movie.
pop star? I never heard of her. Oh.
Yeah, she's an actual singer.
I did not know
so
that.
So he's trying to like kick off her career. So she's not that big,
No.
right? Like she's not like Sabrina Carpenter kind of style or Taylor Swift, but like he's like, I'm gonna use this platform to like make a whole giant long 1 hour music video for her, and she's just gonna be singing the whole time, and then she's gonna be the protagonist. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, I want to kill myself watching this movie. And then you know, if you're not familiar, again, some of you that probably are familiar with M. Night Shyamalan, he loves his twists.
Yeah.
Right. In every movie that he has, he always got a twist, and you're like, sometimes you see it coming, a lot of times you don't. Twists. So this one didn't have one. There was no twist. There was not one single twist.
Oh shit!
I think the only
Nick's
twist
getting there
was
again.
some bullshit ending. You know what? Fuck it. Don't even watch it. I'm just gonna spoil the whole damn ending. Fuck this shit.
Ladies and gents, this is exactly what it was like. Walking out of the theater and Nick just going, "Fuck this."
This movie was the worst thing I've ever seen in theaters. Actually, no, there was some other couple ones, but this one I was upset because I like M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
I really like M. Night Shyamalan, so I was very, very disappointed in this work. One thing I did like, you know, it's filmed in Toronto. It's filmed at the Rogers Centre. I thought that was really cool. You know, I got to see some friends of mine that are in the background of the film. I thought that was really funny and different. But if you don't know the movie, I'll clean it up in like 30 seconds. It's about a guy that's a serial killer, and he takes his daughter to a concert. He finds out at the concert that there's the whole SWAT team is there because they know that the serial killer, which is him, is there. So his whole objective is that he needs to break out of this concert and get his daughter out to safety without getting caught by the police. That's the whole thing, okay? That's the first hour. And it's this bullshit music video pretty much the whole time, and then he's just like ha la 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 la, and he's like checking on his phone with the guy still alive or whatever, and then he basically works his way up to getting to VIP, right? He tells M. Night Shyamalan, who's actually in the movie, that his daughter has cancer. Yeah, he's in all his movies. I love that. It's kind of like a Quentin Tarantino vibe. But so Josh Hartnett's character, he tells M. Night Shyamalan's character, oh, you know, my daughter, she has terminal whatever cancer, you know, and she doesn't have much time to live, but she really wants to, you know, meet the singer. And the guy's like, oh, well, she's actually like my niece or some bullshit or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I can get you backstage there. And it's like, okay, perfect. So they meet her, and then he blackmails this girl, and he's like, listen, I'm the serial
Yeah.
killer. I will kill this guy if you don't get us to safety. So she's like, oh my god. And so she tries to play it
Initially,
off
I thought
cool.
that was the
They leave
twist.
the concert safely. I was like,
I thought that
yeah,
was a twist.
no, the twist is so terrible. So they get home, and then the singer actually comes with them into the house, which is so weird. Like, she drops them off, but then she wants to come into the house, and then she basically wants to tell the family, like, your dad, the father, is, your husband is the serial killer,
Yeah.
right? And it's not really getting all off believable. Then he tries to kill this singer, and then the cops come, and then you find out he's got like a tunnel system throughout his house, and he escapes, right? And then he comes back, and then he finds out his wife is actually the one that called the cops on him and said that he's going to be at the concert,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's the twist. That's the, whoa, what a twist it is. She knows. Like, really?
Yeah,
Really?
it
This
was,
is your
ladies and gentlemen,
twist? I
it
was
was
like,
whack. It
come
wasn't.
on,
You know what?
man. And then he's like, and then we get to the ending, like the real ending, which is where he gets caught by the police. And then he's like, just give me 1 second, I need to tie my shoe. And he goes to this bike, and he fucking pops off this wire. I don't even
Didn't
know
see
how the
that. Yeah,
cops
that was a
even
bit
see this
stupid.
shit,
That
but he
was dumb.
pops off this wire, right? And then he's in the back of this fucking bulletproof armored van. You can't even get a bomb through it. And he's like, and then he pops up his
These
fucking
cuffs, yeah.
handcuffs, and then the
It's
movie
so dumb.
ends.
It was. Yep. It was.
That's how it ends.
You know
I
what?
was like,
The twist sounded better than it actually got pulled. It wasn't a good pull off. Right. That's it.
no, maybe I made it sound a little bit better, but it
Yeah.
was
It was.
dog. It was
Cause
genuine
the
dog.
other day,
Like, it
I
was awful. I
I
was
came
very
downstairs
disappointed.
just to have to grab a drink or whatever, and my mom was in the living room, and I looked at the TV and I was like, "What movie is this?" Oh my god! She was watching Trap, and I was just like, "No." I just walked in and walked out again. I was like, she was like,
Oh,
"What?" And I was like, "This movie is trash. Like,
your poor
don't
mom,
finish it."
man. I feel so bad for her. Did she
So
like it
jokes.
though?
It was,
Did you finish it?
I didn't follow. I didn't follow up. I didn't follow up.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
just went
I
back.
know
I went
my
back upstairs.
I know my dad was watching it, and he turned it off, I think 20 minutes in.
I went back upstairs. I was
I
like,
was
"Fuck
like,
this."
you're just wasting your time watching this. You might want to, like, kill yourself after seeing it. So I was like, you might as well just end it here. So yeah, do not watch Trap unless, you really just don't care about life. Then okay,
Unless you
go
want to just
ahead.
waste an
You
hour and
just
a
want
half
to
of your life,
waste your
pretty
life
much.
there and never get it back. See, I didn't just waste my life watching this movie. I wasted my money. And that's my biggest problem when watching a film. I think
Uh,
cinemas need to watch these movies that come in, or they might not make jack shit off of it. We went to
yeah.
see this movie with Halle Berry, right? What was the name of this? I forget.
Oh yeah,
It's such a
changed the movie like five
such a
times.
forgettable film.
Never Let
Regardless,
Go. Never Let
Never
Go.
Let Go. Yes, Never Let
Yep,
Go.
yep.
This
Never Let.
garbage
Yeah.
movie. Oh, it's one
It
of
was
those
look
movies
look
where you're just like, it
the.
just drags and drags and drags and drags and drags.
I tell you what, the trailer looked amazing. That's why I was like,
Yes.
"Oh, this movie looks terrifying." It looks terrible, and that's what it is with movies now. Like these horror movies, especially the trailers portray the movie as so terrifying. You're like, "Yeah, I gotta watch this." Like prime example, fucking Woman in the Yard, right?
Yes, you told me not to watch
I
this
have
just
never
because.
been so disappointed in a movie that a horror movie like that in a while. End all be all. It's just the woman portrays herself as a shadow, like the woman in the yard. The
Yeah.
only way she can get you is in shadow form. So if you close your fucking windows and draw your curtains, this bitch can't get you pretty much. So if you've got a crack of light, then you're screwed basically. It was just trash for me. I don't know. A fucking shadow. Are you kidding me? No.
Yeah,
Cool.
there has been. I agree with you though. I think that's another great take to put on is the trailers. You know, Before they used to just put a little bit of clips of, like, here's a cool action scene or whatnot, but we're not going to spoil the whole film. Like, movies
Yeah.
now are just putting their best scenes in the trailer. That's what they're doing. What I liked with
Yeah.
Sinners is that they didn't really do too much. Like, we knew they were vampires going into the movie, but
Yeah.
honestly, if we didn't know that, I think it would have been way better. but
It
you
had
need to
clips.
grab the audience. People are gonna think it's just a gangster film. So I get why they wanted to add the vampires into it, but it was a little bit more than just that because it takes like about an hour really when we get the vampires and sinners. But for
Yeah.
films like Woman in the Yard, another Never Let Go, or The Wolfman, or the one that I saw a couple months ago, Presence, which was absolutely garbage. It's disrespectful
I
to compare it to garbage because
I
garbage
didn't
has
even
more worthy to this film. And I was very disappointed
mate
because it's a really big
didn't even
time
finish it.
director too. I
I
know you
didn't
didn't
even finish
finish
the
it,
movie.
and I'm really
Didn't
happy
finish the
you didn't
movie.
finish it because you would have
Couldn't do
probably
it.
chewed your eyes out.
I felt
It's a
like
big
I
time.
was, yeah.
It's a really great director too, Steven Soderbergh. Like he's done some fantastic films. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he's the guy that's even worked on. Didn't he do the Ocean's movies? I swear this guy did the
Did he?
Ocean's movies.
No way.
Did he do the Ocean's movies? Let me see. Yeah, he did. He did Ocean's 11 and 12
Oh
and
my god.
and 13. Yeah,
Mm.
and he did the Che
That's
movies. He did Contagion. He did Magic Mike, Side Effects. He did
what
one of
the
my favorite movies in there. He even did Logan Lucky. One of my all-time favorites of his is, I believe, where was it? I think it's called Unsane. When I went to go see, yeah, Unsane. This is such a fantastic thriller. If you haven't seen that, it's a very like indie kind of
insane.
film.
Yeah.
Unsane. It's very eerie. It's very like very close in your face
Yeah,
shots.
yeah.
I remember
Interesting.
leaving that movie and I was like terrified for it, even the actress in it. But
But
when he came out with this garbage of a film,
that's what I mean.
Presence.
Presence, the concept of the whole
Okay, the
movie for
concept
me.
great. Yes, we should
I
probably
remember
make a
when
very
I
clear
heard
of what
it,
the concept
I came
was.
straight to you. I was like, Nick, we gotta
Yes,
watch this movie when it comes out. Remember? Because it's like, oh,
yes,
it's a view from the ghost's view, and I was like,
and we
interesting.
haven't
This might
had
be
this. We
no, no.
haven't had this
It's
in really
yeah,
any horror films, so this was something new. And I was like,
but it was
cool. I love the
executed. It
concept.
just the execution was just not on.
There
Was
was no
not it.
execution. There was none.
No.
There was nothing.
It.
There was no
You know what it
value
felt?
in the film.
It just felt like I was a creep watching a family.
Yes, it really did
it
feel
just
like that.
it just it
Like,
just felt like I was there like oh cook
like,
breakfast, that's right,
and
do
like
the ironing, like what.
the conversations
uh,
the family had were so creepy. Like, I swear the mom wanted to fuck her brother or her son because she loved her son so much and like thought he was like sexy and
weird
everything. And she was
weird
so okay with him doing like the most fucked up shit to people. Like, he would like bully all these girls at school or bully some guys, and she was like, "Oh, that's so funny!" Like, ha 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 ha, and she like drinks her wine. I'm like, okay, Lucy Liu, I love you, but I hate you in this movie. Like, I genuinely hate you. You are the
yeah,
worst
that
part of
was
this
the
film.
worst.
For the average viewer, yeah, you might like it. If you're not,
Yeah,
big into films and you just want to sit down after a long week and just watch a film.
watch
It's not a long
yeah,
movie, so Presence is
yeah,
very short. So yeah, like there's a couple good parts in it, but I don't feel like it should deserve a good rating. I don't think it's a really well done film. I think there's something else you could watch that is going to be much more worth
yeah,
your while.
fair.
That's my problem
I
with a
mean,
lot of movies.
have you ever sat down and watched a shitty movie on purpose? Because
Okay, that's different.
sometimes I like
That's completely
I
different
like
though.
I love watching shit movies. Like, there's a movie I watched not long ago called Frogman. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Okay, but
Why
we
did I sit
know
down and
we
watch
know
that?
this was like a B production. Nobody's like no
Yeah, it
big
was
time director, no good writers,
no, no, no.
no big
Yeah,
stars
okay,
on it.
that's another good
That's
point.
that's fair. Like, Presence has a big
That is
time
another good point.
director, has a good writer,
Yeah, yeah.
has a big time
It's not.
actress.
There's no excuse for it to be a fucking shit movie
Exactly,
because
that's what I'm trying
of
to
the
say.
credentials. The
Yeah.
credentials behind the movie should back the movie.
Oh,
I agree.
absolutely, absolutely.
I
Here's the
agree.
other thing though. Was it a big budget for this movie? No, it was tiny. It was one of the smallest budgets you see in Hollywood movies. It was a $2 million budget. Okay, it made 10 mil. Did pretty decent for that.
2 million.
It was a two
Was
million
that it?
dollar. Yeah, it was a $2 million
Damn,
budget and made
son.
10 mil, just over 10 mil, just
Fair.
about 10.5 mil.
Fair.
So fair enough. Good job on that. But I don't think
Yeah.
it was really. I think it was a straight on streaming service kind of film. That's
Right.
that I would have been okay with because, like,
Yep.
see,
Yep.
streaming movies aren't always the best. Like, Netflix drops a lot of movies, Amazon drops a lot, Hulu drops movies. Like, everybody's dropping their own kind of films now, and yeah, they're hit or
Yeah.
misses. Like, they're not great, and I'm okay with that. But because this went straight to cinema, I have to go out of my way, spend my earned money, buy some popcorn too that's already like $30, and go and sit
Yeah.
down to watch a movie for an hour and 20 minutes and want to peel my eyes out the entire time. That's not what I'm okay with. I'm okay with it
Peel your
being a
eyes is
movie
crazy.
that you can just go and watch from home. That's completely fair. That I think it would have done better as, because my
I
expectations
agree.
wouldn't be as such a high. So I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
it's a movie for streaming. It's not going to be crazy good, but there has been some good ones. Like Netflix has dropped some good original films. Amazon's done some really good ones too. Like
Amazon doesn't
I
great.
think there's a lot of good potential on streaming service. Plus, there's a
Yep.
lot more viewing on there. People are not going to the movies as much anymore.
You know what?
It's
Like you
so
said,
much
it's
easier
the
to watch at home.
easier. Yep. Yep. Convenience. It's the
It's the
convenience.
convenience. Yeah, exactly. So
But for
like,
people like me and you, for people who are watching this podcast and listening to the podcast, it's like we enjoy the beauty of seeing something on like a big screen.
yes.
Having the hard work that people go into in that industry, the film industry,
Mm,
to do the action, to do everything. And to be fair, most people now, their TVs are what, let's say 65 inches max, right? Whatever it is you can afford a
yeah.
big ass TV. They're not going to see the full capabilities of what the filmmaker had wanted to show them through a
No.
television screen,
Here's
right?
the other.
Unless you have a projector at home.
Yes, yeah, you have a projector at home, but
And
my
then there's
biggest one is
not
the
just film,
sound. Yeah, the
bro, the
sound, man.
sound. Oh my God.
You never get that true experience at home. You could have a great sound bar, you could have a great surround system, but like I don't have the best. Like I have a sound bar. It does its job,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
not going to
yeah.
do what a theater does. Like here, I'll
No,
actually jump into something that I saw recently was Revenge of the
right.
Sith. So they had the 20th anniversary recently. Great, like it's one
Yes,
of
yes, they
my
did.
all-time favorite Star Wars films, and getting to see it in theaters because I didn't get to see it. I was like 4 years old when this movie came out, and
You got to
so I
see the
went when
younglings
I got to see the younglings.
disappear on big screen.
Yes, the
Anakin.
audience loved that part. When he comes in
That's
and he hits that
wild.
lightsaber, everyone went nuts. Like it was such
It's
a different experience to have. Like people were
it's a
having such
very
a good time.
memed.
It's a movie
It's a
that
very
everybody's
memed
kind of
scene.
seen too. Like it's been around for
Yep,
20
yep.
years. So getting to see that in
Jesus.
theaters was a whole different experience. Yeah, so what,
Yeah,
I've
I
seen
bet.
it before. Like I would love to see movies that are classics in a way, or like been out for
Yeah.
so like hasn't been in theaters for so long, be reintroduced to theaters. I think you would make a lot of money. Like Star Wars
Oh
just
my
made
God.
I think $25 million just last weekend from its re-release.
Damn. You know what?
Like
Okay,
that's a
okay. Question,
huge
question.
bonus.
Here's one
Mm.
for you. If you could watch any movie right now that's been out,
Ooh.
rewatch it in cinema, what would it be?
Oh man.
Quick, I'm gonna put you on the spot, but it's one of those, I
You know what?
for me.
I think there's one, like one of my all-time favorites, and I
Yeah,
didn't
go
get to
on.
see it. It was Goodfellas.
Oh,
I
really?
would really, yeah, like I love Goodfellas, and I think that like the shot, the way they shot that film, in
Yeah, yeah.
like Martin Scorsese is an absolute genius. I love his movies. I think that one was seriously well done. I would really love to see that again in well, not again, but for the first viewing, or
I would.
maybe the millionth viewing in theaters.
I think for
I don't
me,
know. I wonder what else I can.
probably original Jurassic Park, hundred
Yeah, I was
percent.
just gonna say, like original Jurassic Park, like you can't really go
The
wrong with
sound
that.
alone and that, I would go
Yeah,
watch it.
like go see that in IMAX. Like, come on,
Oh,
man.
and
Come on.
Ghostbusters, original Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Just
okay.
because, yeah, I'm
Okay.
going 80s. I'm going 80s on this one.
All right.
Ghostbusters would have been
All right.
great. Back to the Future. That's another great movie. That would have
Yeah,
been
that's a
just
good one
fun to
too.
watch.
I'm trying to think of
Stuff
anything
like that.
else.
You got to think about these old movies, right? Like you know, where we have like Dolby Vision now and Dolby Sound,
Mm,
as opposed to like when they,
yes.
like for example, like the Terminator when that came out, they didn't have that Dolby Vision,
Mm,
that Dolby surround sound. They had a great sound, don't get me wrong, but watching it now
yeah.
with today's technology and really enhancing that movie, it would be amazing. You know,
Yeah,
like I said, the Star Wars
trying
came out.
to.
Like when you watch Star Wars, that you said the sound was amazing, right? It's probably because it enhanced everything and made
Yeah,
it more,
I
you know.
really wished it was an IMAX. Like they remastered it too. Like the quality
Yeah,
was
yeah,
crisp. Like it wasn't like how I
yeah.
remember watching it on those little box TVs, Like
Of course.
it wasn't like that.
But that's what I mean.
I
That
could even
experience
bring back
alone.
Yeah, like you know what? Here's another one of my favorite classics. I would love to see. I think it's class. I would say it's classic. It's Gladiator, like the original
Ooh,
Gladiator with
yes,
Russell Crowe, or like
yes, yes.
Braveheart kind of style. Like I would love to see those movies back in theaters. Like even like Quentin Tarantino's early work with Kill Bill. I think that's such a
Oh my
cinema
god.
classic
Oh
film.
my god.
You know, like that is such a
That would have
like
been great.
I wouldn't even count them as two movies. I count it as one in my opinion. I think it's
It
like
is. It is.
one
It's
long
yeah,
ass
yeah, yeah,
movie.
yeah. Yeah.
But I would love to re-see that, or like bring back Lord of the Rings. I think Lord of the Rings is the
Oh my
greatest
god.
trilogy of all time.
So
I
they've already.
think
I
you
mean, they
can't
brought
really ever go wrong
Lord of
with it.
Lord of the Rings. They brought out on Blu-ray, but if they brought Lord of the Rings to IMAX just for like
Yeah.
that, I reckon that movie would hit 1 billion.
Oh,
The
dude,
trilogy. If they
it
re-released
would
it,
be
the
sold out for weeks
the
on that.
following on that would be ridiculous. I don't know what the first movie was to hit $1 billion. If you can give it a
Yeah,
search.
let me find out about that.
Um, but to me, if Lord of the Rings got re-released now, it would be one of the first movies to hit $1 billion because it's just you know, like the other week, my brother came to visit me, and I was like, "Oh, I'll put something on." He was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Oh, just put anything, anything." And he looked at me and went, "Anything," and as soon as he said that, I was like, "Oh God, I know exactly what's going to put on." Fellowship. He put the Fellowship on because he knows that movie word for word for word. And if
Okay.
he's listening right now, which he probably is, I 100% know that he's gonna be like, yep, yep, word for word. Like when I'm watching it with him, right? It's me, him, and his fiance. We'll sit down and watch the movie together, and
Mm.
he'll just be like mouthing the bits, and I'm like, yes, I know you know the movie, but and then we'll just test him as well, which is jokes, and he'll get them. He'll hit them straight on the head. I'm like, okay, cool. You are a true movie Lord of the Rings fan.
I would love
First
to
billion.
hear your take on who do you think actually hit $1 billion, like the very first time.
Oh, really?
So like there's one movie that hit $1 billion. It's like I think almost what is
Oh,
it,
this is a fun game.
28 years ago now. Think of
Okay, so
it
it's
as like
it's an old
these were
movie then.
two.
It's an
It's
old
an older
movie.
movie. Yeah, it's
Okay,
an older
okay.
movie.
$1 billion.
And it hit $1 billion. Like think historic wise.
Historic.
Yes, like
Oh,
this was a thing that happened in
okay.
history.
But it's an old movie. So he says it's about 28
Yeah,
years
but
old.
yeah, 1998.
Okay. Shit. Okay.
Come on, I feel like
98.
you could get this. Think of it. The two actors in it were not big. This was their movie that hit them off for good.
Oh, I have no idea. Is it like a
They're
Roman type
young.
movie?
Romance? You're
Roman?
saying
Is it a Roman type?
Roman? No, no,
Oh,
no, not Roman.
oh.
Come on.
Titanic. Titanic. It's got to be
Yes,
Titanic. It's
yes,
Titanic. I'm sure
yes.
Titanic came out in 1997, not 98.
I think it's saying 98 here. I think they achieved it in 98.
Okay. I'm gonna say because I remember it coming out in
Because I was
97.
like,
Because I
I'm pretty
remember.
sure it's 97. Yeah, it said
Yeah,
it
yeah,
said
yeah.
98 here. I was looking at.
Okay,
Yeah,
Titanic.
that was the very first movie to hit a billion
A billion.
dollars.
Yeah.
The second one, I'm pretty sure I would have guessed that I was gonna think it first, but it was Avatar. Avatar's still at number one
Oh my. Okay, so you're
as
telling
the
me.
highest billion like ever made money. Like it's beaten all the Avengers movies.
Okay, so here's the wild thing, right? So, 1998 was the first movie to hit $1 billion,
Mm-hmm.
and then 11 years
20,
later,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
11 years? Yeah, 11 years
yeah, yeah,
later, 2009. No,
yep,
yeah, that's
yeah,
right. Yeah,
2009. Yeah,
was it
it
took
it just
11
hit.
years?
Yeah,
It took 11 years for another movie to hit $1 billion. Made by
yeah.
the funny thing is same
No, it's not
director,
just 1 billion. Not even
same.
just one
No, I
billion.
know over a billion,
This movie
but it
hit almost $3 billion.
what
2.9 billion.
uh
Avatar.
Avatar did. So what did
Yeah,
what did Titanic hit? What was the max it
Titanic.
hit?
Titanic hit 2.2.
2.2 billion. But the crazy thing is, the same
I know the
director
same guy. You
pulled
know
it
what's
off
funny though?
11 years
You know,
later.
and then hear this one. Hear this one, which is the newest Avatar. Is
Yeah.
number three, 2.3 billion.
So he's got Okay, so what's the top 3 movies right now on the billion list?
Top
I'm
three.
guessing it's
Number one is
Marvel,
Avatar, and then
yeah,
number two is Avengers Endgame,
and
2.8, let's say.
and then
And
Avatar
then
again.
three is Avatar: Way of Water, and then four is
Wild,
Titanic, and then
wild.
five is Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Hold on, 4 is
And then
Titanic.
yeah,
Titanic is still on that billion list.
yeah, it's still in the top
That's
five.
incredible. That's
I
incredible.
know. And then you have Star Wars. This is the only Star Wars movie, which is Force Awakens, that is in the top five. It hit just
That's
over 2 billion.
hats off to
And
fucking
then you
James
have it.
Cameron.
Then you have it six is Infinity War. You have Avengers: Infinity War
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and then seven Spider-Man: No Way Home, and then I'm not familiar with this, but I'm sure others might be. Is Niza 2, which just came out actually this year. It hit
Oh,
just almost 2 billion. I
Nizar
believe it's
2
an
was
anime.
it?
I believe
Okay,
it's an
okay.
anime film.
Fair play.
But I also don't want to butcher that, so let me just double check that before I butcher it. Niza
Well,
2. Yes, it's an animation. It's not. It's computer animation. Yeah, it's not. It's not anime. But that one just hit over, just under, sorry, two
yeah.
billion dollars. Yeah, it's crazy. And then nine, we got Inside Out 2 that came out last year, hit almost 1.7. And then at number 10 is not like it to me. I honestly thought this movie would have done a lot more, just because it came back after almost 20 years. Is Jurassic World.
Hit a billion.
Jurassic World is at 1.6 billion.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Jurassic World would have hit a billion. Only because it's a Jurassic Park franchise thing.
Yeah, and then look at
And I feel
Deadpool that came out last
the
year,
yeah,
even too. Like, look at how much Deadpool made,
a
and
lot
they
more
didn't even. They're
movies.
not even. They're just in the top 20. They're
Yeah,
22, not
I
even
feel
just under top 20.
there's going to be a lot more movies hitting that 1 billion mark. In the next few years, in my opinion, as opposed to, because the jump
There's
from
only one big one that's gonna happen, and I think that's the next Avengers.
Avengers. Oh, you mean Doomsday? That kind of. Oh,
Yeah,
but well, whatever it's called. I don't. I can't keep up anymore. But
yeah, I think it's Doomsday right now. I think that's what the title is gonna be, but
until
I think
Avatar
that's the
3
only
comes
movie.
out, until Avatar
Yeah,
3
which I
comes
think
out,
is like what 2027. I think that's
Earth,
when they
Wind, and
wanted to
Fire.
release
Well,
it.
I don't know what it is. I think they're doing
Yeah.
all the elements. I mean, Earth, Wind, and Fire is great. Do you
The
remember?
Last Airbender is going to be in it.
Oh my
When it
god.
was like September.
September.
Yeah. Yeah. Fire. Oh, sorry. Fire and Ash is actually set to release this year.
Yeah, yeah. Fire and Ash. That sounds like a crazy
So
good
sorry, I thought this was coming
metal
out
album.
later.
Fire and
Yeah.
Ash. Fire and
Got like
Ash.
Metallica.
Yeah,
Metallica's
yeah.
on it.
Exactly.
Yeah. This probably will be the next movie that hits a billion.
I mean, I
Because
gotta
this
watch it.
this is not it I still honestly I still haven't seen the second movie, so I need to check out that.
Really, Nick?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, I
I
know. I
I
know.
actually
I'm disappointed in myself for not watching it
I
yet.
preferred the second one to the first one.
Really? I
Yep.
love the first movie. I've
The
seen it
first movie,
many, many
the
times. I
first
love the
movie
first film.
was great, but the second one, the way they upped the whole fucking production, the CGI,
I I mean, think of
everything
it.
about the movie, even the
It's like
story.
13 years later.
In my opinion, the first Avatar was a fucking rip-off of The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. That's just my
Yo,
opinion.
that's a take.
That's
That
just
is
my
a
opinion.
take.
That's just my opinion. It's The
That is
Last Samurai.
just
It's The Last Samurai. That's what it is. Think about
yeah,
it.
I
Think about
guess.
it.
Yeah,
Think about it.
in a sense, yeah. I know I've seen Last Samurai many
Yeah,
times. I
but
love
that's
that
what I
movie.
mean. He goes in, he
Yeah,
gets
that's
in,
a very good point.
and
That is
he
actually a
helps
very
take
good point.
down the people. That's it. It's Last Samurai. Jake Sully is Tom Cruise.
Oh my god, I never really thought of that way. That is
Yep.
so good.
Yep.
Oh
And
man.
today,
Yeah, I need to watch
I don't know if you
the
checked.
second
I
movie.
sent you something on Instagram today. Basically, it's a shot for shot of RoboCop and Iron Man,
Oh
and how,
no.
dude, it's if you can play the clip and put it on the podcast and show everyone else, but like, I'll send you the clip
Okay,
again.
I'll find it. Yeah.
We'll put it up for everyone to see, but it's shot for shot RoboCop and Iron Man 1. the end fight scene, and I love Iron Man. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. You know, it's one of those movies I just love. And for me to see that, and I'm just like, oh my god, they ripped off RoboCop, big time, big time. And I was just like, Iron Man, still cool in my eyes. Like, you know, if you're gonna rip off anything, rip off the original Iron Man, RoboCop, right? I guess.
Yeah, for Iron Man to set off all the Marvel movies, I think it's really special. You know, like,
I mean,
if we never had that movie be so successful,
they did kind of
we
fumble.
would never have these movies now.
They did kind of fumble with the Hulk, Incredible Hulk.
Yeah,
that wasn't very memorable.
No, I don't think Incredible Hulk was a fumble. I think the studios just didn't want to move on with it. I really liked that movie. I thought Edward Norton was a fantastic choice to play Bruce Banner. I love the villain in it too. You know, I still like that movie. Like, I've seen it recently,
but it doesn't
last year, and I thought it was great.
For me, it doesn't fit in with that whole Marvel universe as well as it should have.
Because that was like, they were just like throwing Marvel movies out here,
even
left, right,
though
and center. Like, here you go, here's one.
Robert Downey does make an appearance in that movie as Tony Stark.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
I'm trying to blend it all together, but then I think the movie after that, the second Marvel movie to come out after that, I'm sure it wasn't Iron Man 2, was it? No.
Like,
it was Iron Man 1, and then it was Hulk. The Hulk was after that. I'm sure the Hulk followed the thingy, but I don't know. We'll have to look into that properly. But I guess we can talk about Marvel on another episode, because that's going to be a whole thing.
Yeah.
Because Marvel is one of those a special episode for.
Yeah, I'll agree. Like, we could talk about that for a very long time.
Yeah.
I think Marvel also deserves that. But yeah, there's a lot to dive in, especially with the new movies that just came out. I think we can also dive into a little bit of that, talking what's coming out now. You know, like what's been hitting theaters. We just talked about that with Sinners.
Yep.
But there's also some other films that have just dropped, like yesterday. Thunderbolts just released.
Yes.
Marvel's, you know, kind of savior moment until Fantastic Four comes out.
It's been doing great.
I don't think anybody really expected this movie to be good. Yeah, and I'm hearing such great things about it.
Been getting great reviews.
It's got a 7.8 on IMDb there, and on Rotten Tomatoes, I think it has like an 80-something%. 88%.
Might go tomorrow.
So
actually.
Thunderbolts clearly is a good film. Like, I want to check out it.
Yeah,
check it out.
I might do it tomorrow.
It looked like the trailers. You know, like we were talking about trailers.
You know what? The only trailer of that movie I watched.
But I don't think about it really that much.
The only movie trailer I've watched of that, right, is when I was watching Captain America, and I had the Thunderbolts trailer on there, and that's the only time I ever watched the trailer.
I've seen it every single time I've been in the theaters recently, because I've seen a few movies, and yeah, they keep playing the Thunderbolts. But you know, it looks really fun. It's not like a superhero kind of film.
Yeah,
it's a little different. You know, it's kind of like the A-Team. You know,
yeah,
like we have
it's great.
You know, like we have these guys that aren't like have superpowers, but that's actually what makes them real heroes.
Yeah, for sure.
So I really want to check it out. It looks like
which leads me to believe why would you call it, Captain America wasn't part of the Thunderbolts, because he doesn't have the super serum. He's just a normal guy in a suit. Like,
he's just a normal guy.
That's what let down Captain America for me. I'm like, okay, cool, but he could get hurt, and Captain America, the real Captain America, Steve Rogers, cannot get hurt, right? So
exactly,
you know.
Yeah, anybody can die in this. Yeah. I think that's.
I feel like if you ever watch Captain America,
it's gonna make this movie really good.
If you ever watch Captain America, you'll understand my pain when I watched that movie, because there was a few parts in that movie I was like, you should have died. You should have died a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
But no, you don't have.
But he doesn't.
But listen,
he can't. This guy cannot die.
Yeah, even though he's actual human. If the same thing happened to Steve Rogers, he'd be fine. But because he hasn't got super serum, I'm thinking, no, you would die, because you don't have a serum to help you heal and shit like that. Anyway.
Absolutely.
That was my pet peeve of that movie.
So we got Thunderbolts that came out today, yesterday. You know, some other movies have been doing really great. I still want to check out as well.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got The Accountant 2. I thought the first Accountant was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
I think Ben Affleck is a genius in his films. And getting to see John Barenthal again on screen I would love to see their chemistry on there. Then we got some big ones coming up next in about a week or so, 2 weeks. We got May 16th
Oh, here we go.
is Final
Yeah.
Destination Bloodlines.
Final Destination.
Yeah, we got the new
Yes.
Final
I mean, I'm not
Destination.
really.
I know you're not as
Until
crazy, but I
Dawn.
think I think we got Until Dawn that just came out, yeah, a week ago now. I think
That's the
I
horror
really
movie,
want to.
right?
Yeah, that's the one based on the
Oh,
the
the
2014
the game.
2015 game for the yeah that was
Oh, I feel
awesome.
like I
Kind
need
of
to
set
watch.
set
I
the
need to go watch.
stone for all those like Telltale kind of games where you got to make different
Yeah.
choices that have consequences. Especially, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but maybe some other viewers might be familiar, is with the Dark Pictures series. They have some serious great games. I actually just played another one, the newest ones, The Devil in Me, and they're a lot of fun, making different choices that have ultimate terrible consequences. But yeah, like we have
Okay.
Until Dawn there. I hear it's not very much like the game, which is okay.
Game.
Like I kind of want a little bit some original parts to it. But I
Right.
hear it's a lot of fun.
I mean,
It
it
looks
looks
awesome.
terrifying.
It looks
It
awesome. Like
looks
that
terrifying.
that definitely is gonna make me shit my pants.
I
But
only
for
wish I
like,
was there so we can go watch it together. Like it'd be
I
sick if we could
know.
watch it. It's one of those. I'm just like, oh man, the ease of just going to the movies or crossing the road and just going to the movies is just not something I can do anymore.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
that's okay. One day it'll change. But yeah, so May
Yeah.
16th, Final Destination for people that haven't seen this franchise. I say it's a definite look. Like I definitely want to see it. Just to
Yeah.
like see what they're gonna redo, because it sounds like they're probably gonna make another movie after this, depending on how well it succeeds. And then
And
the week
if you
after,
enjoy life, don't watch it.
mm,
Carry on. Sorry. If you
yes,
enjoy life,
if
just don't
you,
watch it.
yes, for real Final Destination viewers that have seen the old ones, yeah, maybe you don't want to relive
Yeah,
those moments again.
I don't
But
like
for
stuff like
someone that
that.
likes horror films or wants to check out a new horror movie that really watches them, go check out Final
Good luck.
Destination.
Good luck brushing
But
your teeth
we
without
got
dying.
we're driving on the road, yeah, behind a truck,
Or
yeah,
driving on the road, walking down the street, smelling a
literally
flower.
just breathing.
It's not a thing, but it could happen.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
what you're doing, yeah, just breathing in general.
exactly. At the end of
Okay,
this
and then
podcast, me and Nick both die. Carry on.
okay, and then May 23rd, week after, I think this is a lot like myself has been waiting for. We got two big movies. Is the biggest
Yep.
one is going to be Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. Possibly Tom Cruise's last movie as Ethan
Yeah.
in Mission
I
Impossible.
mean, bruh. First of
Do
all,
you think
it's
it's going to be
been
his
his
last
last
one
movie.
with Ethan Hunt?
It's been his last movie since Mission Impossible 3 or
No,
4 was his last movie. It's been his last
no,
movie.
no.
That's my
This
opinion, though.
like the last one was part one. Like this is part two. This is the Final Reckoning.
No, I know.
Like
Yeah.
he's
The
saying
final.
he doesn't want to give it up, but like this guy's in his 60s. Like, dude,
He looks good
eventually,
for his 60s, though. He doesn't look like a
no,
60-year-old.
no, he doesn't. He looks maximum 50. Like
My dad is in his 60s, and Tom Cruise could beat him
same.
up.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
dude,
know.
this guy in one of his scenes in one of the movies, I forget which one it was. Maybe it was Ghost Protocol or the other one that came after. I forget what it's called.
He's like 5'5" as well. He's like 5 something. He's not even that
Yeah,
tall, and he
he's not,
just
yeah,
looks.
in Fallout. I think it was in Fallout or Rogue Nation maybe. And he supposedly twisted his ankle. He jumped off like this roof
It
there
was
and he
Rogue
like
Nation. Rogue
it
Nation.
was Rogue Nation, yeah, and he hits
Yeah,
the
he broke his
wall.
ribs as well. He broke his
Yeah,
ribs as well.
yeah. And he kept
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
He just
yeah,
kept
yeah.
running and running. He was like Forrest Gump with his stuff, man. Like he
But
just
that's
kept
why
running. But no,
he produces his own movies because
he
no
does.
insurance company wants to insure him. That's why that he does his own. No, it's a fact.
Oh,
It's a
that's
fact. It's a
serious.
fact.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
serious.
it's serious.
Oh, okay.
Because his stunts are so crazy, he has to do his own financing, just so that he can get through to do the stunts. Because no insurance company's gonna be like, yeah, Tom, you know what? Hang off a fucking plane, jump off a fucking bridge, parachute off a fucking cliff. You know, it's cool. We'll cover you. No insurance company's gonna do that. Especially Tom fucking Cruise. He's worth millions, billions in if you count all the movies he's been in, right?
Oh, 100%, 100%.
It's like me saying
Yes.
to my fucking car insurance company, hey, today I'm going to purposely crash into a bunch of stuff. So just to let you know that you're going to have to pay out. You know, stuff like they're never gonna insure me.
That is that.
But yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
but that's
Mission
awesome. Yeah.
Impossible Part
So
Two.
we got
Part Two's coming
part
out.
two's
Yeah,
coming
what else we
out,
got?
and then we got Lilo and Stitch live action.
Yeah. Which I'm
I'm a
sorry.
big
Okay,
fan of Lilo Stitch the
I
animation,
I need to
so I
I
really want
need
to
to
see
say
this.
something. My
Go
heart
for it.
needs to say something about Lilo and Stitch. I saw the trailer
Mm.
and it was fucking what the fuck? What was that? What was that trailer? What was the
What do you
movie?
mean?
The characters used in that movie are not fucking accurate to the native
Man, we're not.
people of Hawaii.
What?
I'm sorry,
No, no,
but
no, no, no,
it's
no, no,
not.
no. Hold up. I'm gonna stop you right there. The one of the lead actresses is actually Hawaiian.
Yeah, but she doesn't look. Hold on, where is it?
She plays. I
Let me
believe she
see. Where is
plays
it?
Nani. She's actually from Hawaii.
Lilo and
Yeah,
Stitch, right?
yeah. Sydney Agudong. I don't want to butcher her last name. I might be
Unless they
pronouncing that
changed it.
completely wrong. She's actually born and raised on the
Yeah,
island
yeah, yeah.
of
Okay.
Kauai in Hawaii. So
Yes, I
like
agree with
people,
that.
so I
That's
saw
fine.
this. I saw this. There was a lot of comments online saying like, why
Yeah,
don't
there
you
was
get
a lot of
someone
comments.
that's actually Hawaiian? Because yeah, maybe she
No,
doesn't
the main.
look
She looks fine. Like the young girl,
okay.
fine, perfect.
Yeah,
Sydney,
no, no,
Sydney,
no,
Sydney.
not
Uh,
Lilo, not Lilo.
okay,
Nani, the
they
sister, the
changed it
older
around.
sister,
Okay, okay, okay. It look because some of the trailers it
Sydney
just does not look
Agudong.
like part of that movie. It just looks odd. But now I'm looking at pictures. I'm like, okay, it kind of does fit. Yeah.
Sanderson movie coming out May 30th. We got the
Oh.
The Phoenician Scheme. Benicio del Toro is coming back. This one actually, I'm really excited for. I don't know anything about it, and that's how I'm going to keep it. Michael Cera is going to be in it as well. Willem Dafoe is going to be in this. We get
Yes,
some, pretty good
Willem
actors
Dafoe is
in
one of
this.
my
Rupert
heroes.
Friend. I love the guy. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Wes Anderson,
Willem
his
Dafoe.
style is just something else. He's a true cinematic kind of filmmaker. And then after that is coming out the same weekend, which is going to be a big fight. I think this could be another movie that could almost hit $1 billion. Is Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Karate Kid Legends
What's that
comes
for
out.
June? It's just June
You
or
know,
June at May still.
no, May 30th.
Oh, Karate Kid.
May 30th it comes out. We got Jackie Chan coming back and Ralph Macchio is coming out.
In my opinion,
You
I think
know,
you're
I think
right.
this is going to
I
be
think you're
awesome.
right because Jackie Chan has a following, and now
Yeah.
Cobra Kai has a cult, right? And
Oh, yeah.
those groups come together for this movie. It'll hit $1 billion.
Hmm.
It'll hit $1 billion. Yeah.
And you're also thinking of like thinking from the '90s, the original Karate Kid that came out with Ralph. I think
God.
I
So
think
good.
a lot of people are gonna want to come see that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get to see those as a kid, but
Yeah.
I've seen Karate Kid, the original, like a million
Oh
times.
yeah, of course.
And then getting to see the remake they did
Jaden Smith.
with Will Smith, with Jaden Smith
Yeah.
and Jackie Chan there, which was awesome
Work
too.
son.
And then
Work
Cobra
son.
Kai here, and then yeah, mixing all of these fan bases together, I think is going to do great.
Yeah,
As long as it's a good film, it looks good.
Yeah.
Like I think it's going to be a good movie.
Okay, so
But yeah,
now
who
we
knows?
go
It
on
could be
to
completely.
June.
So
Because
yeah, that's
June.
for the month of May.
Okay, let's not talk about June yet because June is a big month for movies.
Yeah, let's just
do May.
June is too much. Let's just keep it with May. May's got some
May's
good
got
hits
some great
coming
movies.
out.
Great movies. And if you've not seen any of the movies we've
So
mentioned today, please go check them
Yeah.
out. Go check them out.
Yes.
There will be a list of movies.
Check out Sinners, man.
If you check out
Sinners. Just go watch it.
the description at the bottom, I'm sure we'll put the movies that we've mentioned down
Yes.
below. Even the movies we say not to watch, we'll still put them down to make your own opinion about them. And if you do like them, please comment down below. Always give us a comment. Give us some suggestions to watch as well, because we're always down to watch some movies that we've not seen before.
Even if it's terrible, your favorites, your god awful hatred movies, anything.
We love that. We love that.
We'll
type
give it
of
a
stuff.
watch.
Yeah.
Give our own little opinion about it. Remember, our opinion is ours. We're not trying to make you, shit on you at all. But like, if you like Trap, I'm sorry. But like, other than that, I think everybody's okay. We're all film lovers in the end.
Yep.
That's what we come to do. We come together and go watch a movie and kind of escape reality for a little bit and just enjoy. So that's all we want to do here, and talk about film as much as we can, and hopefully we'll dive into some TV series too eventually,
Yeah,
and
because we got to
give us
talk
some
about.
suggestions for those. Anything that we got to watch, or stay tuned about anything that's upcoming as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed.
Hope you
We had some
enjoyed. Yeah,
fun.
hope you enjoyed the
Maybe a couple laughs there.
first episode.
This was our first episode. Yeah, so bear with us. We're still getting the hang of it. So
Production will get better.
we'll get better as
Yeah.
as it goes on. Yeah.
like trilogies and movies and all sorts, we will get better. I promise you, we'll get better.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, it'll be better than the original.
I'm gonna look back at this first episode like, damn. Even though we're not trying to hit that million.
Maybe we're like, oh shit, the first episode was so much better than anything else.
Imagine. Fuck this shit. And hopefully me and Nick can actually be in the same studio for once and have a podcast studio. Because at the moment if you don't know, I'm all the way in the UK, Nick's all the way in Canada, and we've got to try and plan this every week. So it's like, we get a couple of hours of our time to just film and record and just have a catch up.
The time window is very, very short.
It's a 5-hour difference between us at the moment.
We make it, so we make it work.
Make it work. That's how we roll. When you're dedicated and you love something so much, we gotta make it work. That's what it is. We love movies, we love cinema, and that's how it works. Thanks again for listening to our first episode of the Real Podcast with myself, Cav,
and Nick.
And we'll hopefully see you next week for episode 2 and a lot more stuff and fun stuff to talk about and arguments to be had, I guess. Peace out, y'all. Until next week.
All right, take it easy. See ya.